Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupada Paramhans Parivrajagacharya Stotra Sada Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की अंतर मायापुर धाम की वृंदावन धाम की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की समावेश भक्त वृंद की गौ प्रेमानंदे all good to assemble devotees, all good to assemble devotees, all good to assemble devotees, all good to Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Today is a very auspicious day. It's appearance day of Lord Ramachandra ji. So please try to meditate on the lotus feet of Lord Rama, Sita and Lakshman, Hanuman. And I'll chant a mantra. Meanwhile, you close your eyes and meditate on the lotus feet of Ram, Sita, Lakshman and Hanuman. Ramo Rajmani Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vijaya Jaya Parabanam Ramaya Tasmai Namah Ramat Nasti Parayana Parataram Ramasya Dasasmiham Rama Chittarayam Sada Bhavatu Me Bhura Mudharam. Although Lord Ramchandra ji appeared in Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga has 432,000 years. The Dwapar Yuga is 864,000 years. And then Treta Yuga is 1296,000 years. And the Satyuga is 1720,000 years. So the thing is, long time back he appeared on this earth. But our sages are so merciful that they knew that in Kali Yuga they won't have time, not much time. Like today we have conflict with the dance, conflict with this pravachan, and we don't have much time in between. So this kind of verses they write in which there is a lot to say. Within one verse, they explain the whole Ramayana. Within one verse, only they put all the prayers that we can do for Ram, Sita, Lakshmana, Hanuman. And that is the beauty of not only Sanskrit language, but the beauty of all the sages that they have given us such a wonderful verses in Srimad Bhagavatam as well as Ramayana. So, without further delay, we will look into some of this. I did like last 9 days, I was speaking here at this time also. There was Ram Katha was going on. So what we'll do is just begin with the blessings of Guru Parampara, etc. Please chant with me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now, Srila Prabhupada has asked us to chant 3 mantras before we actually begin reading anything. But we don't have like time for repetition. I speak and you repeat, I speak. And so I'll just chant those 3 as per the tradition that Srila Prabhupada established. The first mantra is Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nastaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nyatyam Bhagata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshununnitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. If you come to this temple, exactly at 7:15 in the morning, these curtains are closed. And then they open the curtain. And they pray a standard prayer on the tape, of course. But people are there, and every single day they have a new dress offered to Radha Govinda. Today is Ram Navami. See, you can see that tomorrow morning, if you come at 7:15, he's going to be even a better costume, probably. So the thing is that that is the time we call it a Shrungar Arati. Shrungar means the way you dress up. So every single day in the morning, 7:15, curtains open and they chant the prayers. Now, one of the verses of that prayer is like this. And it's very important so far as today is concerned. And it goes like this. Ramadimurtishu kalaniyamena tishtan Nanavataramakaroda bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam sabhavata parampumanyo Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Chintamani prakarasadmashu kalpa vruksha Laksha vruteshu surbirabi palayantam Lakshmi sahastra shatasam brahmasevyamaram Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami. So tape goes for 2 minutes, but everything is frozen. And your mind is actually concentrate on the lotus feet of Krishna. You think of his pastimes and his different forms, different paraphernalia, different entourage. Everything is you focus on Krishna during those few minutes. So don't forget to come tomorrow morning, 7:15. Or if you can come every day. Some people live around here, some people they work around here. But this is the time to come. The Krishna is so fresh and so, because we do Abhishek and all that before we bring them here. So the meaning was that I worship Radha Govinda, the primeval Lord who manifested himself personally as Krishna and different incarnations in the form of Ramachandra, Nrsimhadeva, Vamana, etc., etc., as his subjective portions. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, third chapter, and verse number 28 says that Ete Chaunshkala Punsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. That means all the incarnations are either plenary portions or portion of plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear in planets whenever and wherever there is a disturbance created by a taste. The Lord incarnates to protect the taste. In short, it's the same meaning as in Bhagavad Gita. Everyone knows it. Yada yada hi dharmasya ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानामधर्मस्य तदात्म्यानं सृजाम्यहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतं धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. So this verse has become very, very popular among us. Now, this was about Krishna. But then, in the same chapter, verse number 22, he says, Naradevatva Mahapannam Surakarya Chikirshaya Samudra Nigrahadini Chakre Vinayata Param. In order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods, Lord appeared as a King Ramachandra and exhibited superhuman powers by controlling the Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist King Ravana, who was on the other side of the sea. So this pastimes is again described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, what we are going to do is doing some experiment. I'm a priest. So what happens that only just I don't do speaking and all that thing. I want you to do. If I say, do Achman, then I chant Hare Krishna or Keshwayanam, Narayanam, Madhavayanam. But you will have to take water in your palm and then sip it. Or if I say Ramayanam, offer flower, Malyadini, Sugandhini, Malyatadani by Prabhu, Maya Dattani, Pushpani, Gurana, Parameshwara, please offer the flower, then you take some flower petals and offer. So you have to also participate, and that's I do, any activity I do. So right now I need you to make a wonderful experiment for yourself. And you will remember all your lifetime. Not only that, but anytime you enter this area, if you remember it was a successful experiment, then you will keep doing that. What it is, that look at Radha Govinda. That's Krishna. But also, he assumed lot of forms according to what we are going to sing together. Matsyam kurmam varaham cha narasina cha vamanam ramam 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 krishnam buddham kalkim namamyam. What it is, that Krishna came as a Matsyavatara, fish incarnation. So try to visualize that the same Krishna came as a fish. And you will be surprised, you will see Matsya right on his face. I have been there every day, every single day. And that's what I do. I'm not fired so far. But when I do that, they believe that I do what I'm supposed to do. But I also make these experiments. Eventually, when you really meditate on Krishna, he will show you Matsya. And then there is incarnation of form of a tortoise. So try to visualize Krishna as a tortoise. And the Krishna came as a boar. Now all these 8,400,000 species of life, you have seen them. But the thing is, looking and understanding Krishna as a boar incarnation, that's the only way to visualize. And then Krishna came as a half man and half lion. That is Lord Nrsimha. So keep looking at face of Krishna and think like Nrsimha. He is half man and half lion. Eventually you will be able to realize that form. And then he came as a dwarf Brahmana. Then he came as a Parshuram, Bhrigupati. And finally he came as Lord Ramachandra. So there is a song which I'll be singing. And in India especially, you know, what happens that people chant this arati, which is, you know, the words are Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, right? You know, you chant the Jai Jagadish Hare? Right. So this is the same words that in Gita Govinda, the poet Jayadev Goswami is chanting Jai Jagadish Hare. So when it comes to Jai Jagadish Hare, you chant Jai Jagadish Hare with me. Very simple, right? The words are like this. Pralaya payodhi jale drutvan sivedam vihita vihitra charitam Keshavadruta Mina Sharira Keshavadruta Mina Sharira Jai Jagdish Hare Jai Jagdish Hare Jai Jagdish Hare. So this is the incarnation where Krishna is coming as a Matsya. I always had a problem how to remember in sequence and different forms of Krishna and all that. Then I came to this country. I was going to start a job in Midtown Manhattan, and luckily there was ISKCON temple at that time. So every lunchtime I go and visit temple. Srila Prabhupada has sung this song so beautifully. And in those days that was a custom that during noon arti, Rajbhog arti, the pujari will have to play this particular song. They were not chanting like anything they want. But this must be played. And in order to listen to this, especially from the mouth of Srila Prabhupada. And then when I started what you call analyzing or translating, then I came across the translation of it, and I was able to memorize. And even though I was not a devotee or I didn't have any idea about all the incarnations, I was able to speak, and people thought, how do you know all these things? I say, I go to Krishna temple, I listen to the Aarti, and that's why. Pay attention, you will learn this. And you will never forget the sequence. So, first was mean incarnation, Matsya Avatar. The second one is Kshitreha vipul tare tishtati tava pruste dharani dharan kin chakra gariste Keshavadruta kurma shariram keshavadrutam kurma shariram jai jagdish hare jai jagdish hare jai jagdish hare. So second incarnation was a form of a tortoise. So when the demons and demigods were churning the ocean, and that Mount Mandara was sleeping away, there was no any waves or anything. So Krishna thought maybe I should become a tortoise. On his back, he picked up that whole mountain, and then there was a Samudra Manthan. Then they churned the ocean. So the second incarnation was Kurma. Then the third one, Vasati Dashan Shikhare Dhani Tabalagna Shishini Kalanka Kalevani Magna Vasati Dashan Shikhare Dhani Tabalagna Shashini Kalank Kalevani Magna Keshavadrutam Shukararupam Keshavadrutam Shukararupam Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. Shukar is boar incarnation. So next one is very familiar to you. You sing every day. In fact, anytime there is Aarti, Prabhupada says you must sing this. So there are 6 times we are Aarti, 6 times we are offering from the altar. But anytime you do Aarti, even home, try to sing this. And the words are, very well. Tav karu kamulu vare nakham adbhut shrungam dalitu hiranya kashipu tanu bhrungam Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Keshavadruta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. And then we go to the next one, 5th one, which is a Vamana Rupa. A little dwarf Brahmana comes, that is Krishna. Chalayasi vikramane balimadbhut vaman padnakhanir janit jana pavan Keshavadrutam Vamanarupa Keshavadrutam Vamanarupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. If I was in any other temple other than ISKCON, then the whole crowd will sing Jai Jagadish Hare, because that's the name of the Lord, and it's familiar words, and doesn't take much time of memory to chant those words. Only in ISKCON temple people just sit like that. Why? Because they're waiting for something else to hear. What do they want to hear? Sharira Vidyaja. When the prasadam is served, they all wake up. But otherwise they like to sleep. So anyway, this is the Vaman avatar. And then Bhrugubati avatar, the Parshuram. Kshat क्षत्रियरुधिरमये जगतपगत पापम् स्नपयन् सिपयसि शमित भवतापम् केशवद्रुतां भृगुपतिरूपा केशवद्रुता भृगुपतिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे. And now we are coming to Rama avatar. So far as today is concerned, please chant Jai Jagdishwari, because today, actually, even when I was doing Aarti, in my mind, whatever mantras pertain to Ramayana or pertain to Ram, Sita, Lakshman, I was chanting while offering. Although he's a Krishna, for me today, he was Ram. So it's very important that at least today you chant this. वितुरसिद्धि क्षुरणे दिक्पति कमनीयम दशमुख मौलि बलिम रमणीयम वितुरसिद्धि क्षुरणे दिक्पति कमनीयम दशमुख मौलि बलिम रमणीयम केशवद्रुता राम शरीरा केशवद्रुता राम शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे. While I chant, you should be doing your experiment. What was the experiment? Looking at Radha Govinda and try to find Rama within him. He will show you Rama's face. Radhika ji will show you Mother Sita's face, believe me. But you have to meditate hard. And then we go to the Lord Balaram's appearance. All this we celebrate. All this, whatever I'm singing right now, is been celebrated in this temple. And this will definitely help you in doing that. So please try to meditate on the form of Haldar. Haldar is Balaram. वह शिव पुषि विशुदे वसनन जलधाभम हलहति बीति मिलित यमुनाभम वह शिव पुषि विशुदे वसनम जलधाभम हलहति बीति मिलित यमुनाभम केशवद्रुता हलधर रूपा केशवद्रुता हलधर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे. Next is very important because last time when I spoke, I asked, are there any Buddhists? And there were a few hands, they were believing in Buddhists. Yeah? And they said, please keep coming to the temple. Now the same people, when I say anybody Buddhist here, they don't raise their hand. Because they are turned into Krishna conscious now. They left their Buddhism aside. But there was incarnation of Lord Buddha. And then, Nindasi yagna vider aha shruti jatam sadaya radaya irshita pashugatam keshavadruta buddha sharira केशवद्रूता बुद्ध शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे म्लेच्छनिह निधने कलयसि करवालम धूमकेतुमैव किमम करालम केशवद्रूता कल्कि शरीरा केशवद्रूता कल्कि शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे. So that is for the Kalki avatar. It has not happened yet, but at the end of Kali Yuga, we are going to experience these incarnations. So the whole translation of this whole bhajan was, O Lord Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you, who appear in the form of these 10 incarnations. Which are those? Remember this verse. It's a mantra. Matsyam kurmam varaham cha narasinh cha vamanam ramam 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 krishna buddham kalkim namamyaham. This is a mantra. You can very easily remember this. But it describes in sequence Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasya, Vamanam. Now Ramam, Ramam, Ramam. Why 3 times Ramam, Ramam? Because first came Parshuram. He was Ram. Everybody call him Ram, not Parshuram. Then came Ramachandra. Everybody call him Ram, right? And then came Balaram. Everybody call him Ram also. So that's why mantra says Ramam, Ramam, Ramam. Right? 3 times Ram. Buddham Kalkim Namamyaham. Then comes Buddha and then comes Kalki. Very easy to remember sequence. So this 10 incarnation. In the form of Matsya, you rescue the Vedas. The Vedas were in danger, which are our base. Without Vedas, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samveda, Atharvaveda, if somebody destroys that, what are we going to have? Nothing we are going to have, right? That's all we have. So the god came in form of a fish and he rescued the Vedas. And as Kurma, you bear the Mandara mountain on your back. As Varaha, you lift the earth with your tusk. And in the form of Narsimha, you tear open the chest of Daitya Hiranyakashipu. Right? There is a picture. You can look at the picture, you study the picture, pay homage or obeisances to the picture, and that is Narsimha. In the form of Vamana, you trick Daitya king Bali by asking him for only 3 steps of land, and then you take away the whole universe from him by expanding your steps. As Parshuram, you slay all the wicked Kshatriyas, and as Ramachandra, you conquer the Rakshasa king Ravana. In the form of Balaram, you carry a plow, with which you subdue the wicked and draw towards you the river Yamuna. As Lord Buddha, you show compassion towards all the living beings suffering in this world, and at the end of Kali Yuga, you appear as Kalki to bewilder the mlechas, the degraded, low-class man. So this is very beautiful. And when you hear from Srila Prabhupada, I just cry. So grave and so melodious voice, so much composed of music. He doesn't need any kartal or mridanga that I'm insisting. No. His voice is like that. And everything falls in line. Nothing is out of order or nothing out of rhythm. Wonderful. Try to buy a cassette from the store or something like that. And to sing every day. Now Mataji is waiting for me to say goodbye. That's it, right? Okay. Thank you very much. And any questions? This is the best part of Ramayana. In my town, a person came, and there was a very, very rich man, Very rich man. You cannot even think of that kind of richness. The mother, Shri Lakshmi, was actually married to him. That kind of richness. So one Brahmana came and he liked this katha. We are singing all that. Prathama Bhakti Santan, all that, like professional singers. So there, what he was impressed, and he says, every year you must come. But he said, how can I come? I have to my family. So don't worry about family. I take care of family all your life. I care of your children for all your life. You see how much money I got? You don't have to worry. Just work on Ramayana. Work on 7 days or 9 days, whatever Ramayana is. And then you do the katha every year. I will arrange, the whole town will eat here. But you do the Ramayana. So that was best, right? He doesn't have to work, doesn't have to worry about any money or anything. The marriage ceremony of the daughter or a son or anything, education for them, nothing to worry. He was the happiest person. He just read Ramayana and every year he will come. Now the last day, while he was retiring, he asked a question. Anybody has a question? Because next year I'm not coming, I'm too old now. So the host himself, he says, I got a question. So what is the question? He says, Maharaj, I don't understand. Who was a good guy and who was a bad guy? Is Rama was a good guy or Rama was a bad guy? Is Ravana was a good guy or bad guy? And the person cried. He said, I wasted all my life. The day number one, I should have explained this. Who is Ram and who is Ravan? Instead of I just texting, different kind of Ramayana and this and that, and I made my money. But to my host, who, because of him, I survived all my life, me and my family, he even doesn't know who is a good guy and bad guy. So Srila Prabhupada has introduced a system. After the lecture, you must ask a question if you have any doubt. So I like that, and that's why I say, right now, we run out of the time, but anytime you see me, ask a question. That is a tradition Srila Prabhupada has established. Anything that he has laid out, he is 100%. You can't even challenge anything. Srila Prabhupada ki!
Jai.
Ramachandra Bhagwan ki!
Jai.
Shri Radha Govinda Deva ki!
Jai. Hare Krishna. So now next there is going to be a dance offering to Lord Ramachandra. So now without further delay, for the transcendental pleasure of their Lordship, Shri Radha Govind Ji, their most confidential servant, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and all the exalted assemblies.